There are strict procedures which must be followed in order to admit a person to hospital as an involuntary patient. The people who can make that application are the person's spouse or civil partner or relative, an authorised officer of the HSE, a member of the Gardaí, any other person aged 18 or over. If you are worried about a friend or family member and believe they need to be admitted to hospital, you can, if you are aged 18 or over, make an application to the doctor to have the person admitted to hospital. You do this by filling in a form and giving it to a doctor. This doctor is usually the GP of the person who is unwell. To do this, you must have seen the person during the 48 hours before making the application. You must give reasons why you are making the application for admitting the person. It is against the law to give false or misleading information about this. The doctor must meet and examine the person within 24 hours of receiving the application form from the applicant. The doctor will examine their behaviour, mood, and thought process, and if the doctor thinks the person meets the conditions for involuntary admission, they will make a recommendation to admit them to hospital for treatment. The doctor will fill out a recommendation form. A copy of the recommendation form will be given to you as the applicant. If the doctor does not think the person meets the conditions for involuntary admission, they will not fill in a recommendation form and the person will not have to go to hospital. If you do not agree with the doctor's decision, as the applicant, you can go to another doctor and ask them for a recommendation. You must tell this new doctor that the person was already examined by another doctor and that the other doctor refused to fill in the recommendation form. It is against the law for the applicant not to say this to the new doctor. When the person arrives at the hospital, they will be under the care of a doctor or a nurse. A consultant psychiatrist will meet and examine them and will discuss their care and treatment with them. This examination must happen as soon as possible or at the latest within 24 hours of arrival. The consultant psychiatrist will then decide if the person has a mental disorder and whether they should stay in the hospital for treatment. If the consultant psychiatrist believes they should stay in hospital, they will sign an admission order. The person will then become a patient in the hospital. If they do not believe the person has a mental disorder, they will not sign the admission order and the person will be free to leave the hospital.